Hello and welcome back to the 2023 Netrunner World Championship. We're getting back into it with a game in progress here. We have Odol versus Lostgeek, Odol being on the outfit and Lostgeek being on Essa. I am Joshua, aka Orbital Tangent, and I am joined by...
I'm Guy. We have some very exciting things happening already. We've got the Marrow down. We've clearly, Lostgeek has already played Running Hot, just taking that core damage and pushing that speed of the game plan forward. There is Dr. Nuka on the board. On the corpse side, no ice. Why do you need ice? Come in, steal stuff. You'll see how it ends well, and we can say that because what do we know is in this Odol list from having looked at the lists?
Oh, well, we know that there is a lot of meat damage coming down the pipe. You could call this a meat raffle, this particular deck. It is packing the Punitives, it is packing the Angeliques, it is packing the City Works projects as well.
Interestingly, I think Lostgeek just took the decision to moshing there, and actually I think some of the running hots may have been gotten rid of there. I think there is maybe a case of going, I'm not going to let my hand size get too small here. So the Marrow is very useful, increasing your hand size there, making it potentially harder to flatline, but I'm not going to do some of my, my core strategy of taking core damage. We'll keep the hand size up. Equally, we now have some ice installs from the outfit on HQ and the remote. What do you think seeing in that remote? Do you think there's a rush here going on, looking at the Odol's list over there?
So I don't believe that it would be, although it is possible it could be an above the law. A lot of the other things cannot be scored. The agenda suite of this deck being City Works projects and regulatory captures, which we do not have much bad pub for at the point in the game that we're at. So unless it's a cheeky above the law to trash something immediately, I don't believe that would be.
Yeah, no, and I think I have to give a correction to earlier. I think that is a Ghost Tongue, which is the second core damage to taken. I believe possibly the where I previously believed a Running Heart had been played. I don't believe it has. I think we are 2 core damage on that Essa right now. One from the Marrow, obviously increasing hand size, and one from the Ghost Tongue, which is just going to be a lot of power over there. And you can see that there are 4 cards in archives because of the Essa's ability there to on-core damage sabotage. So perhaps limiting Lostgeek's ability to do a lot of sabotage. There's a Rashida. Yeah, Rashida in the remote there, seeing a lot of power coming in on the outfit side there as well. 3 credits, 3 draw. I suspect we might well be seeing some quite rich games going on here. I think that there is going to be a lot of money on both sides of the board here.
Absolutely. It looks like there is a scored hostile for Odol, so they are on some points already.
Yeah, and immediately rushing this City Works here, saying, right, are you willing to take this much meat damage, and then I can follow it up with a punitive. This can become a money fight. This can become a big problem. This can, this can end the game right there. If you take a City Works at the wrong time, that's GG. That's how these outfit decks can sometimes work. They rush you forward as fast as they can before you can set up, before you can get happy. Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
And absolutely, there could be a big ice over top of this City Works, so you are demanding that they install something to get in there. And then also, we're seeing a Lamb install.
We are seeing the Lamb install. This is indeed a Lamb Begemont deck. So if you get that full rig set up, you can be doing an awful lot. But of course, not taking a lot of core damage, that's going to limit the power of this rig. That is a huge piece of ice there. That is a trebuchet. That is take real risk of trashing the Lamb unless we pay it all. Nope, we're paying it all. We're turning it into a barrier. Lamb is breaking with it, not leaving a lot of money there. Looks like the decision is being made to steal the City Works anyway. It's saying, look, if you got it, you got it, but I can't let you have 3 points.
Yeah,
it's not
absolutely.
Get any better.
Potentially having in hand.
Wow. Yep. Great call there. Great call. We have 2 Steelskin Scarrings, allowing for some draw up there. Do you think Lostgeek draws up here? Presumably just to try and limit the amount of just a little bit of accidentally ending up in Odol score area there, that 3-pointer, which
as much as their core damage would allow, yes, possibly, although as the outfit on this many credits, it's possible that you could do a value punitive.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a possibility there that you do the value anyway, try and get those hands down, see what you can get. Particularly, runner is on 2 credits. Once you play the punitive, you don't even need to boost it at all. So Lostgeek just making like final decision points there. Obviously, you've done it now. You've taken the city works. Having a look at archives. No, we changed our mind. We were like, oh, hang on a minute. We don't want to go to 6 points. That's very dangerous.
Absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely.
I think there was a momentary. Maybe I just checked there, and you go, no. Or possibly just asking what was in there and confirming to it all. That's what's wanted. Looks like we're getting a dirty laundry on R&D and seeing a punitive on the top. So that is not what you want to be seeing. But I guess it could be worse. You could be seeing the other 3-pointer. Staying there with 3 cards in hand, I believe. So a double punitive is what's needed. Not immediately being played. Which suggests that maybe it's not straight there for Odol, but are they thinking, can I draw into it? Because they've got a click to draw. If they top deck another punitive, that could be enough. Are there pivots in that list as well?
I do not believe so. It does not look like that is the case.
Fair enough.
Also, having to do the double punitive trace math as well. Punitive, you do have to win a trace. It starts as a trace 5, but we might be too short to land a double punitive.
There is a sneaky 5 credits there that I had not seen on the playmat. So so Lostgeek on 7 there. Far potentially stronger position on the punitive math, so far better off. But indeed, had to get themselves up to 3 in hand, or the single punitive would have done it. So now getting a Dr. Nuka down and drawing cards with Dr. Draw cards. Big start, big plays. Where are we at now? What can we expect to see next from Odol? Do you get another push here, or do they need something else before they can do it? Anything else? Trebuchet doesn't in the run.
I think that they would be looking for something to money back up, try to win that money fight a little bit more, get some of that bigger ice rezzed. The bad publicity is going to turn on that regulatory capture to push a couple of more points. We can see those getting out of the deck in hand as a double score of those would end the game.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think one thing as well is I should correct myself. Trebuchet doesn't in the run, but it makes the run pointless if it's a run for access, I believe. So we are just getting more draw on Lostgeek's side there. Something in the remote. I think we are aware that that's a spin doctor, but obviously Lostgeek doesn't know that. Obviously, a 1-pointer steal for Lostgeek could change the game massively as well.
Absolutely, that would turn off all of the 3-pointers in the deck and turn off that punitive threat, making the whole deck a lot less threatening.
Yeah, absolutely. That's it would be a massive change to the tempo of the game, because obviously there is still that threat. You pick up a 3-pointer when you weren't meant to, and that punitive could theoretically be back online. It does need to be double punitive, and there is still the marrow. Looks like we are dirty laundering archives. We are sort of going in, and that is interesting. I think we see that there may well be a punitive in there as well. I couldn't quite see all the cards there, but I think that is what I have seen on that side. Do you recognize that upgrade based on the, or is that an Angelique as well? I believe
that is an Angelique that is in archives that we can see.
Huge as well, because had that been in hand, I believe that would have been game. That sabotage doing huge work, because the Angelique could have done 1 meat damage from hand, and then the punitive could have been enough. That is, that is a huge potential turning point. Those 2 sabotages.
Absolutely. You are looking for a cheeky kill in this deck if you cannot score out.
Yeah, I think as with a lot of outfit decks, I think there is your potentially. I think it's not wrong to say that your chances of winning can gradually diminish as the game matures and it moves along. Now we are getting a finality run on R&D. That is a very aggressive play. I love it. So we are going to take another core damage, which will do some sabotage. That is unfortunate. We have seen 2 cards here where it's supposed to be 1. So that is precipitating a judge call on that. This is a Premier level event. I'm not sure what the ruling is going to be. However, let's see what they go for.
That is unfortunate. Additional information gained like that can in some cases, be a game loss.
Yeah, and I think that
It
is what
looks-
has happened there. That is really unfortunate there for Odol. That is a game loss on that. And of course, Lostgeek doesn't want it, but the judges have to enforce these things because you can't force players just to accept things. So I think that is unfortunately what we're looking at. We are looking at a game loss situation because of the 2-card scene. We'll probably we'll draw this round to a close there, having to shake hands. So that is a win for Lostgeek there. I think there was certainly some forward tempo from Lostgeek there.
Yeah. Looking good to win that game, even though it did end on a game loss. That finality coming down. Lostgeek saying, "I'm going to close quickly, or you are, and we're going to figure out which one."
Yeah, and there indeed Odol pointing out what we'd seen already, that Angelique doing the meat damage. So that's that. Well, we shouldn't let Netrunner games haunt us, but if a Netrunner game is going to haunt you, I suspect that this could be the one. That Angelique, and then I wouldn't have been in the position to make that mistake, and that's and it's at Worlds as well. So I think our sympathies go out 100% from this side of the booth.
Absolutely. It is unfortunately a thing that does happen in premier level events. Odol, we sympathize totally, and. We will be coming back with additional coverage after this round. However, that was a quick one, so there might be a bit of an extended break here. Everybody hold tight with us. There will be more of the Top Cut coming, and you will see more of the Netrunner World Championship.
Yeah, and they're going to be exciting games.